All right, family, hello. It's Ishita. I am in a phone booth right now. Literally, I'm going to show you. I'm at my co-working space called WeWork. They have these phone booths. Let me show you. I needed a quiet place to film. This is the space. This is part of the space. So I usually work on the 8th floor. And it's quite noisy sometimes. So today I decided to move down to a different floor. So I'm doing this video today because it's called, what is the video called? It's called How to Deal with Rejection. Ooh, hello, Dolly. Hello. Let's fix that first. So the whole interwebs are getting the goods up here. The up here goods, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I don't know what I'm saying. Here, the video is today, it's about how to overcome, get over, work with rejection and people saying no to you. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this is because I have been getting a lot of no's recently. I've been getting a lot of yeses, but I've been getting no's because I'm in the middle of a program launch. And, excuse me, and along with in any business, when you sell or you're fulfilling something, you hear a lot of no's because it's a numbers game, right? So the more people you talk to, the more you sell, the more yeses you'll hear, but also the more no's you'll hear. Likely way more no's than yeses, which is a good thing. You want that, okay? So partially why I'm talking about this is because so many people have issues when people say no to them. Meaning, when I say issues, they have fear, or they have anxiety, or they feel bad, or they take it personally. When really, the way that I have learned to see it is it doesn't have to be a bad thing. So I have my notes here, my handy dandy notes, because I won't remember shit. So the first things first is, especially when you're selling things that are high value and high dollar amount, which I do because I have private programs, so they can be quite expensive. Not all of my stuff is expensive, but I price based on value. And so I feel really comfortable with my prices and I feel really good about when I'm selling. And it has to feel aligned with who you are, right? Your money, your pricing. And so because of that, I get a lot of no's because a lot of times people can't afford it. And then a lot of times people have an easy yes, even if there's, some issue around it, there's an easy yes. Oh my God, when will my arms get strong? I don't know. But anyway, hopefully this is making my arms strong. The first things first is whenever you get a no, I got a no from a dear client of mine like 2 days ago. And it was fantastic, okay? And the reframe that I had around it, at first when I heard her, I initially said, oh, well, that sucks. Like, she's not going to actually be a client of mine anymore. Meanwhile, let alone she'd been working with me for, I think, close to 4 years, maybe 3. It feels like a little longer, maybe longer than 3. And so, okay, this is me learning how to use this camera. I really apologize for all this newbie tech stuff, okay? Newbiness with this. But the first things first is don't be weird about it. Don't make it awkward and uncomfortable. When someone says no to you, I remember even in her voice, she was like, listen, I'm really clear about my decision, and this is the decision that I've come to. Almost like she felt like she needed to prove to me why she was making this. And I get that. We're sold to a lot. We're marketed to a lot. A lot of times people feel the need to prove why they're saying no. And they want to hold fast to it. And so really just understand that that's the place people are coming from, where if they just say no, they feel like they need to prove it. And that's just our culture, indoctrinating people to always be saying yes and yes and yes and feeling so much pressure because advertising and markets sell to them so much. So if you're coming from that space, which I was, initially I thought, oh, really? I thought she wanted to do this or whatever. Then I really did realize, I said to myself, I'm not the one who's feeling weird about this. I don't actually feel weird about it. Like, in my heart of hearts, I got it. I really understood. So the first thing I did was completely dropped my agenda. Okay? So number one, don't be weird. Okay, that's the first thing. People are used to people being awkward and weird when they say no. So you be the person that's like, okay, I get it. I understand that. Number two, drop your agenda. And this holds true with any sales. Is you have to be willing to drop your agenda. If my agenda was just for her to coach with me forever, which it's not. That's never my goal with any of my clients. My goal is learn, empower yourself, get the tools that help you get through breakdowns every day, and move on. Move the fuck on, right? And so if that's the goal, agenda fulfilled, check. Let's go. Let's move on, right? So number two. Number three, be loving and be fine with the outcome. I genuinely love her. So that's what I'm going to show her that's what I'm going to talk to her about. Okay, I'm not gonna make her wrong. I remember I had a call with one of my old mentors, and on our last call, I didn't feel good. She didn't make me feel good. She made me feel like I was making a really bad decision. Even if at the time it was a bad decision, I am already feeling stressed out about it. Like, I don't want you to. I get it that she's trying to impact and make a change, and oftentimes you need someone to cut through your bullshit and tell you something that's hard for you to make a change. But at that point in time, it actually wasn't the thing that was helpful to me. So for me, I remember that, and I was really loving with her because I genuinely love her. And I'm not going to stress her out anymore. I'm going to tell her the truth if there's truth to be told, but I'm not going to stress her out anymore and make her feel like she's making a bad decision. It's a decision. No decision is irreversible. None. Okay, so I think this is number 4. This was my reframe about it. I was really glad she made a decision for herself. Either way, even if the decision was not to be with me anymore, I was really glad she made a powerful choice for herself. The worst thing is when someone just doesn't make a decision. Either way, they're on the fence, they're vacillating back and forth. That's the worst energy, okay? If someone is powerfully choosing for themselves, I'm happy about it, okay? I also realized something I needed to do, and this is true with all of my people and all of my programs in life in general, about just enrolling people in who I am in my life, is to make them realize that them saying a powerful no for themselves is the goal. The goal is not to be my client. The goal is not to sign up for a program with me. The goal is not to get another coach. The goal is not, it is none of that. The goal is, how are you making a powerful choice for yourself? Whether that's a yes or a no. And I realized I don't want my people feeling like they have to prove to me that they're saying no for a reason. I got it. If you're saying a powerful no for yourself, more power to you. Number 5, 6, don't take it personally, right? Just don't. It has zero to do with you and always to do with the other person. Whatever they're going through, whatever their circumstances are, their money, their mindset. Don't make it about you. It's not. It's really not. You lie to yourself when you take things personally. Across the board, whether in business or in life. It's usually their stuff. If I think about all the things I do on a given day, and if someone were to take the stuff I do or say personally, it would suck. Because oftentimes I'm just thinking about myself. Truth be told, let's be real. Okay. And whatever the next point is, 5. You only want 100% yes energy for anything that you do. So like the fact that someone says no to me is great, because then that leaves room for someone who is so excited and enthused to say yes. You want momentum. You want yes energy. That comes from people being clear that they're either in or they're not. And if someone's clear that they're not, that's great, because then that leaves room for someone who is. That's the only way I want to work with people or fill my programs, right? Realize that you change and people change. Number 6, you change, people change over time, right? But particularly with clients that you've been working with for a while. We've changed, we've shifted, which is a good thing. It's called evolution. You don't adapt, you don't evolve, you die. So needs change, people change, circumstances change. Get over the fact that you have to take that personally. Okay, last thing. Two last things, if that's possible. I really had a moment of such gratitude for her. Like, this is a woman who we've worked together for close to 4 years. I think she spent upwards of like $25,000, $30,000. I mean, I told you, my stuff, the higher level programs, is no joke because we do amazing stuff. But she spent a lot with me, right? And we've been together for so long, and I genuinely love her. And I had so much gratitude for like the opportunity for me to practice being in this relationship with someone, the opportunity to sustain myself and my business, the opportunity to teach her and empower her so that she can then go and do that for herself and for others. Move from scarcity to abundance. There is always more. Be grateful for that. I was just so grateful. In fact, I'm going to send her a note. But it's just such a thing of gratitude to have had this for so long that that's the only thing I'm taking from this, right? So move from scarcity to abundance with gratitude. Be thankful that this person even had the chance to say no to you. There's a reason they had the chance to say no to you. It's because in the past they said yes to you somehow, right? So just remember that. And lastly, it's normal to feel rejected and fearful, right? When anyone says anything to you or a no to you. But remember what you're grounded in. I'm grounded in value for the person. That means if they've gotten value, if they feel like they have the skills, the tools, the experience, the guts, the boldness to now go and do what their dreams are, I'm grounded in that. And it's the hugest compliment in the world when someone says no to me. It's the best thing ever, okay? If that's your frame, if that's what you're grounded in, you're never going to have an issue with sales because you're just not attached to just the money or just the program or just the thing. Okay, this is getting really long. I always intend to make these short. Don't be afraid of the no. Don't be afraid of the rejection. Welcome it as the chance to do all of these things I just told you, okay? There's some subscribe button here. Subscribe so you see all the videos. Like it. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.